Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Smark Tank. I am Shannon Epstein alongside the wondrous one, Bob Black. Welcome to another wonderful week of pro wrestling.
Yeah.
So, Bobbert, I did something a little different this week. I polled the people. I polled the people from our good friends in the Nation of African American Wrestling.
Yeah.
And the Council of Commentary.
Yeah.
And I said, guys,
sweet,
give me some good opinion-based questions.
Dope.
I'll give you a shout-out on the podcast.
Yep.
But before I get to that segment, I'm gonna do business time early because I feel like nobody's listening. Sometimes, an hour is too long for people. And I don't want you guys to have to be forced to wait to the end to know how to contact us. And with that being said, you can contact us at our email at wearesmarks@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Or you can contact us on our Facebook at facebook.com/ILikeSmarks.
Yeah.
Or the best way probably is to contact us on Twitter at ILikeSmarks.
Yes.
Yeah, that's my favorite way to communicate with people is through the most impersonal way.
It's all legitimate ways to contact us.
Thank you, Bob.
Legitimate.
I know you are an avid monitor of the Twitter stream and the Twitterverse.
I'm all about the Twitter sphere.
I know. What's your handle, by the way? Yeah. Okay. Anyway,
Twitties.
At Twitties on Twitter.
At Twitties on Twitter.
All right. Everybody should definitely look that up.
That's not my. I don't actually have a Twitter.
And see if at Twitties.
Twitter is a cancer on humanity, a blight on the world. And
listen. I agree. Also, I don't know if anybody plays Magic Arena, but I am streaming on that with my name. What's my name on the stream? It's Smexy Shanman. SMEXY. Smexy, smart and sexy.
It's smart and sexy. Okay.
Smexy Shanman, because I am Shannon, and I'm a man. So you just abbreviate that all, and it's almost the spelling of my name. How clever is that? Someone gave me that moniker at one point in my life. All right, let's get to the questions. So I asked the Council of Commentary, and I asked the Nation of African American Wrestling.
Yeah.
Both people who I love giving shout outs to.
Yep.
Great groups, awesome.
Yep.
And I gotta say, I'm a little disappointed in my peoples over at the Nation of African American Wrestling. I asked, anybody has any opinion based questions? Nobody said anything.
They got stuff to do, man.
I'm so disappointed. It makes me so sad. But my people's over at the Council of Commentary.
They're getting hyped for AEW right now. They don't have time for us.
They don't have time for us, right?
They're getting hyped for
But that's
AEW.
not fair. I don't know. I shout them out every week. I'm just a little disappointed. I'm sad.
Everyone
I'm sad.
Everyone has to deal with AEW their own way, and they're dealing with the AEW the way they need to.
Listen, man. They gotta step up the game.
They get amped.
Gotta step up the game. All right, let's go to our questions from the exclusive our peoples over at the Council of Commentary who stepped out in full force, represent. Let's go to Christian Williams, who asked the question: who is the most underrated talent on the main roster right now? I mean, I got my answer because I had time to develop. You know what I mean? Because I developed the show run. So I know my answer. You want me to just go ahead and just spit it out?
Blur it out, bro.
I got to say, Shinsuke Nakamura, hands down.
Good pick.
Hands down, Shinsuke Nakamura. I mean, that's my boy. I was really amped when he won the Rumble.
Yeah.
And ever since then, they've just pushed him into obscurity. And it's to a point where now he's teaming with Rusev. Come on, bro.
I mean,
what is happening here?
It's so...
Because they just want to push them in a tag team, it seems. They don't know what to do with either of them.
It's so hard to pick the most underrated talent on the main roster because so many people are underrated.
Well, I'll tell you.
There's so many people underrated
before this week, I would have probably said R-Truth.
R-Truth is getting a little bit of shine. He's going to hold.
Yeah, finally.
Yeah.
I think they said, and this is so fucking pathetic, they said this is his first title in the WWE.
Yeah.
What?
That's not his first, is it?
I think K Quick had a title with Road Dogg.
Road Dogg, right.
But we're not supposed to remember K Quick.
Right, yeah. Whatever.
Also, but fine. But it may be his first singles title. That may actually be true. And that's fucked up. I'm sorry. Like, yo, you squandered, like, somebody who was, like, the NWA TNA champion, who was, like, cutting some of the best promos, the best work shoot promos in the business. And that's what they did to him.
Yeah.
So those are my picks. I mean, you could piggyback off my pick if you honestly feel that way.
I mean, there's so many. Shinsuke is underrated. I mean, we gotta define what underrated means. Like, what do you mean underrated in the sense that, like, you know,
like they're great and they're just not given the shine? I think
they're not given the place on the card that they deserve.
Potentially, yeah. Let's just go with that. It's a vague question for a reason. Or
like the storyline, they just give them shit storylines because like that's
that's a lot of people actually.
Everybody, I mean, like,
but maybe somebody like R-Truth though. R-Truth, he was really buried in the card and was fucking amazing.
R-Truth was buried.
Probably Tyler Breeze also.
Tyler Breeze is not even on TV anymore. Zack Ryder was buried. There's so many.
Kurt Hawkins.
Kurt Hawkins was buried. What happened to the B team? They were a thing, and now they're gone. They don't exist anymore, and they got over. You know, there's so much. I still think, despite the fact that Balor got a title shot and, you know,
this was a temporary thing.
Got 10 minutes.
He got 10 minutes of fame just to get Lesnar over.
Yeah, and then, and then got like destroyed by Lashley on Monday Night Raw the next night. So like,
back to normal.
What the fuck was that about?
I hear that this company AEW is calling.
Yeah, Ambrose is they
squashed him.
They have historically fucked him up, his character up, like at every stop almost from the minute he got out of the Shield.
Absolutely.
There's like just fuck. They just don't know what to do with him, and I don't understand why because
he's not hard to rate for.
It's so simple, and you know, so like I would go with Shinsuke. But I'd also go with Ambrose.
I like Ambrose. I like Ambrose as an underrated pick because I mean, look at where he is on the card right now.
I mean, honestly, like if you were doing it right, like Brock Lesnar wouldn't even have this title. You know, if you really wanted a big main heel, it would be McIntyre or it'd be fucking Ambrose, and then let them like have the Seth Rollins and Ambrose. If you had done the Seth Rollins and Ambrose feud right, that would be a built-in Mania match.
Absolutely,
built-in Mania main event.
Now it's gonna be a built-in halftime heat match.
Yeah, like it's like the only reason we're gonna
maybe even good enough for main event.
Yeah,
at this point,
it's like the only reason we're gonna tune in to see Lesnar versus Rollins because A, we love Rollins, and B, we want to see possibly Lesnar lose, and like that's it.
That's it.
That's the only two reasons to watch that match. Because it's going to be like, you know.
We could get swerved again. We could get this, you know. Anything could happen in the WWE. That's what they always like to say.
Whatever. I'm so over it. I'm so over seeing
you know what it seems is like they just want to have all the talent and not give them any shine or try to. And like, here's the thing. I don't think they should give everybody the shine. I think that's the point of AEW. Yeah, is that you have room to shine there. Yeah. All right. Let's talk. Thank you, Christian Williams, by the way, for from the Council of Commentary for that question. And Troy Smith has a question. He said, "Who is your choice call up, and how far do you think they'll go on the main roster?"
Oh my God,
that's an easy one for me.
Such a loaded question.
I mean. Well, yeah, it's loaded because it's like, how far do you think they'll go? Because we know that NXT call-ups don't really fare too well. Yeah. But my choice call-up would be easily Velveteen Dream.
Of course, Velveteen.
Velveteen Dream is we've been talking about the Dream on the podcast now for a while, and
I've had friends who say they should call it Ricochet, and I'm like, no.
Yeah, the 205 Live. No, that's where he'll get called up.
Don't call him up to Velveteen.
Is 205 Live even the main roster? Like, I don't.
I guess
it's like as much of the main roster as NXT UK because they only show it on the network. Yeah, so if it's only shown on the network and it's only an hour long, it's not the main roster.
They did the Worlds Collide thing, and it was 205 NXT UK. So
that's something you would pitched, actually.
Yeah.
Was that all of them should just be intertwined at this point.
Yeah, so they did the Worlds Collide thing, and that was just all NXT UK 205 Live.
I think a main roster would be
NXT.
Basically Raw and SmackDown at this point.
Unless
there was like a third show that was going head to head with Raw and SmackDown.
Yeah.
Because like the whole point of Raw and SmackDown is that they're supposed to be fighting each other.
Whatever.
For rating supremacy, and it seems like he was always trying to recreate WCW.
Yes.
He was always trying to, and then kept getting lost. Because you can't recreate WCW. The point of WCW was that you didn't have control of that entity.
That's true, yeah.
So if you really wanted it to be a WCW, you would have given it to Paul Heyman.
You should have. Yeah.
Which is what had happened at one point.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so yeah, anyway, off on the tangent. My pick is Velveteen Dream.
I'd also go with the Dream. Maybe Aleister Black. Aleister Black
is
at this point. I think
those two actually have the best chance of moving up the card and actually being something. I mean,
being solid mid-carders.
Like here's the thing: if I had any kind of trust in WWE, I'd easily say Tommaso Ciampa, but I feel like he would easily get lost at U.S. title.
Yeah,
that's the best he could do. U.S. title or maybe even IC title. But now that Lashley has it, I feel like the IC title is a little harder to obtain.
I love Velveteen and Aleister, and I think they'll be very, very, very solid mid-carders, because that's as far as Vince will ever see them. He'll be like, yeah, I love it. The tattoos.
But I mean, like, here's
you'll be a great mid-carder. Oh my God, this is so
here's
good.
the thing with that, like him being on Aleister on the mid-card. I mean, I see him at least upper mid-card.
Maybe.
But like everybody's mid-card, unless your name is Brock Lesnar, John Cena, or Roman Reigns at this point. Yeah. Braun Strowman, maybe.
Sure.
But even Braun Strowman, I feel like, is upper mid-carder.
Braun Strowman, he's I think he's upper mid-card. He was main event level. And then
they fucked it up.
And now he's upper mid-card, yeah.
Drew McIntyre is like upper mid-card, about to be main event. Like, I feel like they're protecting him.
They're protecting him fairly hard.
Anyway, so that's my pick. Thank you, Troy Smith, for your question. Ronald Christopher, he asked the question. He said, "What's causing all of this?" And then I said, "Could you elaborate on your question?" It was basically a troll. And then all of a sudden I got Ric Flair memes.
Nice.
What's causing all this, baby? Woo! I was like, okay, got it. Thank you, Ronald, for that one.
Good.
Would you like to address what's causing all this? Because we do need to get to the bottom of it. That's a question that's been going on since probably the 70s, 80s. What is causing all of this?
What's causing all this?
Woo!
It's the style on the profile.
That's true.
The grace that runs the place.
All right, and the last question is from Juan Canales.
Sure.
Thank you, Juan. Thank you, Ronald, also. Will the formation of AEW change the face of the wrestling industry and how they do business? Absolutely. It's already changing it.
I'm gonna hold off on saying that.
Well, I mean, they're talking to people. They're backing them in the corners. Like, hey, man, I know you got like a 1 or 2 year deal with us. How about you sign a little longer? We'll give you some extra cabbage.
It's making WWE a little bit more anxious. Yes. The question is, I have to see AEW.
I want to take this question and lead it into Hideo. By the way,
AEW has to have a tangible like operation first before I'm like, look at them. They're changing the face of fucking wrestling right now, bro.
Pro wrestling.
Wrestling is just becoming fucking different now because of AEWs. I'm like, I can't say that yet until I see some like an actual AEW show that's not Double or Nothing or All In, like an actual just like regular TV show, which I'm assuming they have because Jericho signed, and I don't think.
That's what he said. I wouldn't have signed anything unless they had like a really good TV deal.
Yeah,
and apparently they have 3 potentials on the table.
Sure,
so they're just hammering out the finances. Yeah. My assumption is that big TV deal that's gonna happen is gonna be revealed at Double or Nothing.
Yeah, probably. Yeah,
because they like to generate the buzz. They don't like to oversaturate the market like WWE normally does.
Yeah.
So I'd say yes. I'd say it is a threat. It is a problem.
I think that they're riding a wave.
You were talking to me about Jericho.
Yeah.
What happened with Jericho?
So basically, what happened with Jericho is that the locker room found out that Jericho, the the details of Jericho's contract and the amount of money he's making, and a lot of them were stunned because it's like it's not Cena money where it's like $2 million a year or some shit, but it's like on the upper end of like WWE pay scale, so it's probably like 500,000, 750,000 a year or something like that.
No, it can't be that. It can't be that little. It can't be that little because he said it's the most he's ever made.
Yeah, no. So I mean, if the upper end, if it's not Cena, so let's say Cena makes probably,
I think he makes like $5 million or something like that.
I don't know about that.
Being under contract with them,
he probably makes I would say he probably makes upwards of $2-3 million.
All right, fine.
Because Seth, I mean that's like because Dean apparently turned on a $1 million a year contract.
What, to be a mid Carter? That sounds pretty good actually.
Yeah. So like, if you're turning down $1 million a year and you're a mid Carter, I can't see them giving Cena like $7 million a year. It
doesn't sound that far fetched for $1 billion company in order to capitalize off the revenue that he still generates for them.
That's true. He
doesn't even really wrestle for them, and he's lost like almost every match last year.
And he's
still generating the fucking craziest revenue.
He is. Yes.
He is their Hogan.
Yeah.
He is their modern day Hogan.
I think what it is like his contract is like.
So is Roman. Roman's generating. I
think his contract's 2-3 mil, maybe $4 million a year. And a shit ton of a large percentage of his merchandise. That sounds like way more plausible. Like I don't think they're gonna give him so much.
I don't think Cena's hurting.
Of course not. You know, he's got definitely if he was to go back full time, he'd be traveling with his own.
But I honestly think Jericho is a star that is absolutely worth capitalizing on. He always has been.
So let's think about back to when CM Punk was the top guy, and then he got
he's making about two to three around.
Yeah, and he was like, he had a comparable contract to Cena.
Right, it was less than what Cena was making.
It was like slightly less, I think. It was
about $1 million less. Yeah, if I remember correctly.
Yeah, so
and I don't have the details of his contract,
but if 2 to 3, it's so I'm assuming Cena is making like 2 to 3 to 4.
I thought he was making 3 to 5, but whatever. Fine.
I mean 3 to 5 is a reasonable number. I think that would be like the max.
I mean, considering he makes probably, that on one movie.
Sure.
Now.
Sure. Yeah. I mean, well,
like he was a star in Ferdinand.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I mean, I'm thinking that
he's funny on screen. He delivers a good on camera presence.
This is my thing because I think it's like this: if you're gonna jump to movies. Right, you're not gonna leave a super lucrative contract behind to jump to film, right? Like The Rock jumped to film, and now he's playing $20 million a movie, right?
Right.
So if he's playing $20 million a year from WWE, why would he need the movies? What the fuck are you gonna movies for? I'm making $20 million a year, like rock bottoming people. This is great, So it's like there has to be.
Well, Rock is making $20 million a picture, is what you just said, right?
Yeah, a picture. So and it's like. Most actors.
It's such dumb money, by the way. Wow.
Most actors make 1 to 2 films a year, generally speaking, right?
Sure.
So, particularly if you're like The Rock and you're making big action set pieces, you're not making small family dramas that take 2 months.
He was doing the Tooth Fairy.
The Tooth. Yeah. That being said,
that was probably the worst movie he had to endure in his career. But you know what? Everybody's got something.
Particularly when your rate is $20 million, you're not doing 4 or 5 films a year because no one's gonna be shelling out $20 million. Like you're not gonna get 5 people in 1 year to be like, here's $20 million, bro. Just be in my movie, man. I really need the rock star power. You'll get one. Well, you'll get 2 studios like Universal and WB to be like, all right, this is great. This is gonna be a 10-pole picture for us.
Yeah,
and Fast 6 or whatever, some shit, or Hobbs and Shaw.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then that's it.
And then he got his cousin Roro in there.
Yeah, and then he'll have another movie, and but they won't be in direct competition because at a certain point when you're an actor and you're pulling 20 mil and you're 4 movies and you're the biggest thing going. 4 movies is a lot of movies for that kills your draw a little bit, right? Yeah. So I'm thinking in wrestling terms, if a wrestler is I'm already making $5 million, why would I had to be making something comparable to go make a movie, right?
Okay.
So I don't think Cena was commanding
Well, I feel like Cena was just doing a favor, basically. He's been doing favors for them. He's just like...
No. What I'm saying is when he left to start doing movies, I think what they were offering him was comparable or a little bit more than what WWE was offering. So, like, the loss... Like, if any loss would not be that bad, right? So, like, if he's like, I'm going to leave WWE to go do film, he's not leaving WWE to go do film because he's losing money. Like, the Marine... He's probably it was like co-produced with WWE, but he's also probably making $1 to $3 million on it.
Sure,
right.
So he made his like yearly salary, basically,
essentially, right? So
on
like
one film.
So essentially, so it's like as his, so like that's what my baseline is for like his contract money, right? You know, like what like it's like what are they going to do outside that makes it more money?
Sure.
So like if Jericho's like, this is the most money I've ever made. I'm assuming Jericho probably like his biggest contract was like maybe $1 million.
I don't know. The days of WCW and the Attitude Era, he was probably making a good amount because they were offering very large contracts during the Attitude Era.
Yeah, but like
I feel like we're entering another Attitude Era. But we've been in the 80s for like the past 20 years.
That's true. But like even in those 90s Attitude Era contracts, they weren't like $1 million a year. They were like $1 million over 2 years. Or something like that, or like, and like a healthy amount of your merchandise sale, you know. So that's what you merchandise is where you made them.
I remember like Austin was making like $5 million a year.
No way.
Yes. Yeah.
No way.
Yes.
At his peak.
At his peak.
I could see that. Possibly.
But that's what I'm saying. Like Austin was the biggest fucking thing since sliced bread.
I could see that, particularly because he was moving so much merch. Yeah. I mean,
I don't know, and I don't even know. I don't even want to imagine what Hogan was making at WCW.
I mean, Hogan,
he's an entity to himself, but
Hogan was carte blanching. But like you know, like I think they're definitely on the lower end of.
Yeah, during the Attitude Era, the pay scale was a lot higher probably than what it is, what it has been in the last 15 years.
I doubt it. I mean, I think because I don't think pay goes down for these guys.
No, I'm talking about newer talent.
And
newer talent sustaining. So like it's really supply and demand, dude. That's the law. Yeah. That's the law of the jungle, bro.
Sure. I think
you're worth what people are willing to pay you.
Yeah. I think Jericho maybe made let's think about what probably let's see if I can find what the average salary for a WWE wrestler is. Like a WWE make harder. Sure. I'm sure we could find out, and then we can
just look up Scott Dawson net worth salary, whatever.
WWE average salary. Okay, I'm looking it up right now.
Okay,
come on, Google, don't fail me now. 500,000 to $1 million.
Yeah, there you go.
In a year is a basic salary.
That sounds about right. And like if they're making $2 million, that's not much higher than, you know.
And this is 2018. It's 2018, right?
Sure.
So,
I don't know. I just gotta say.
So maybe actually probably more. So maybe like $2 million. Yeah.
That's what I said. $2 to $3 million for Cena, and then I think Punk was like getting like one to $2 million.
And so wait, they said their figures the contract has 13 clause. Right, so they have booking, they own their works for hire, and their intellectual property, and it has merchandising.
They don't, WWE owns their intellectual property, right?
Their exclusivity, their terms and territory, you know where they can work.
Well, I know AEW is going to have similar things for their probably their top guys. For their lower guys, they're probably going to let them work like ROH and other shows.
Payments and royalties. They said the average wrestler on the main roster makes around 500,000. Right, but that's before,
that's probably like the lowest.
That's the average before bonuses. So that's like the baseline salary.
Sure.
Right, so like before like performance bonuses and merchandise bonuses and stuff like that, where they're like, okay, you hit this, you did this, so you end up making $1 million. Like if that's just your baseline salary.
So I'm assuming that Jericho's probably making $2 to $3 million.
I'm assuming he's making probably 1.5.
Okay.
Like I'm talking about. I'm not talking about 1. I'm talking about 1.5 base, because we're not talking about like the total
merchandise.
Yeah, we're not talking about the total value.
And he gets to do his Rock and Rager cruise.
Sure. So
which is going to be probably all in next year, all AEW, and ROH and TNA. Hopefully everybody will get on board because everybody needs to gang up to keep kicking WWE.
So basically, it says here every wrestler who signs up for WWE gets a professional contract with a company stating number of years, basic salary plus bonuses, right? So and other clauses concerning factors like release, retirement, injury, layoffs, whatever. The basic yearly salary is the downside guarantee payments, right? That's the money that you're guaranteed to get, generally speaking.
Okay.
Right? So if I signed a contract today with WWE and they're like, we're giving you $250,000 guaranteed, that's the money I'm getting guaranteed. And they said the total value of your contract is $750,000. That's with like bonuses, and while bonuses and royalties.
So if you don't sell a single piece of merchandise, you're guaranteed.
Wait, yeah. So you're guaranteed to get $250,000. Bonuses and royalties come from pay-per-view and merchandise sales share. So like if you have pay-per-view matches, right? Where you are on the card determines how much your bonuses are. Determines like if you're a mid-carder that is consistently on pay-per-views, you're getting pay-per-view share.
Sure.
Right? If you're selling merch, you're getting merchandise share. And
But here's the thing though.
Yeah.
I know we've been kind of like going off that the last question a little bit.
Yeah, it's a good question to go into.
Juan Canales' question. Thank you, Juan. I know we kind of been riffing off of that.
We got
a little bit.
And they actually gave the number for Cena, $3.5 million a year.
Fine.
Plus a portion of merchandise, a healthy portion of his merchandise and pay-per-view revenue share.
Sure.
Yep.
But here's what I want to say. It's bad when Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins are on TV.
Yep.
And that happened this week.
Yep.
That fucking happened this week because these are guys who can go to AEW and be complete fucking stars.
You can.
Easily. So, I'm just saying, it's changed. It's changing. It's doing something.
Oh, by the way, Lesnar is the person who makes the most money. He makes $500K per match in revenue and merchandise.
I'm not surprised. I mean, and speaking of Lesnar, didn't he state that he is going to be talking to everybody when his contract comes up?
Oh yeah, because he's a douchebag. I mean,
that's not a douchebag. That's smart business decisions.
I mean, that is.
I'm sorry. I have to disagree with you there. If he is worth something to AEW,
he makes $500K per main event and $100K for the sale of merchandise.
What do you mean for the sale of merchandise?
So like he makes for of the percentage of for every $1 million worth of merchandise sold, he makes $100K.
That's great.
Yeah, and
he probably sells.
Yeah, and for
Suplex City,
yeah. And for every main event he gets. In addition to his base contract of like $3 to $5 million, he gets $500K on the top of it.
If he's in the main event, or any match. So if he's on a Raw, he's making $500K.
I mean, that's why he doesn't do Raw. If you notice he doesn't do Raw, it's because he does not.
What about when he shows up?
That's whatever. That's
an appearance.
That's just
an
appearance. Right? Yeah, he's making the same money. So like that, like he's making $500K per main event, right? So like his annual salary is $10 million over the life of his contract because he has maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 matches.
Sure.
At $500K a pop, $500 million.
The truth of the matter is this.
Yeah.
The WWE could absolutely afford to put him on every pay-per-view. $500K is not much for them.
They absolutely
they shit $500K.
Guess who doesn't get any bonuses for merchandise appearances?
Rey Mysterio off the top of my head.
Seth Rollins.
He doesn't get what?
He gets no bonus for merchandise or main event appearances.
Yet.
No. He gets none. Well, I mean...
right now.
And he's still in the current life of his contract. So
I understand that. I'm saying yet.
Yeah. So
they just gave him the Royal Rumble. It means that things are changing for him.
Well, yeah, they need somebody. They're like, we need you. They're like
they're basically telling him this, like, Seth, if you sign this contract right now, you will be the top guy. You will be the guy who beats Lesnar.
They're like Okay, and
what is there breaking news on contracts?
No, I'm just looking at all the contracts.
I mean, I know it's fascinating. I get it, but let's move on. Let's talk about what actually happened.
Sure.
Over the course of the week, because you did talk about Seth Rollins.
Yeah, I did.
And you said he's not making anything.
Braun makes $300,000, by the way.
That's very fucking cheap. And they offered Ambrose. No, it can't still be that way. I'm sorry.
This is
Mr. CrossFit Jesus.
This is 2018, bro.
No, they change shit.
No, I'm telling you
all the time.
I'm telling you.
What's your verification? What's the source?
This is the numbers they put out.
What's the source? What website are you reading off of?
Total Sport Tech, I guess. I mean,
I don't know that. I don't know who they are.
There's no reason to believe it anymore, but you know.
Yeah, no, there's definitely not. He just won the fucking Royal Rumble. They just offered Dean Ambrose $1 million. I'm pretty sure that Seth Rollins is getting something comparable to that.
I mean, if he resigns.
If he resigns, whatever.
This is all about the current life of the contract. This is not about what they could potentially make. This is about what they make now.
And how do they get that information?
Annual contract.
How do they get that information?
I mean, WWE has to release business filings. Every company has to do that.
Okay. So with that being said, things get updated all the time. He just won the fucking Royal Rumble. But AEW's scary for Vince. It really is.
I think don't get me wrong. I think he's gonna get paid. I'm not gonna be like he's not getting paid.
You're saying according to this,
this is the current So AJ Styles' contract annually is worth $2 million. That means over the life of his contract, he's making $2 million.
Fine.
All right. Dean Ambrose over the life of his current contract made $2 million. Right.
Wow. So you made a lot more than Rollins?
Rollins made $3 million over the life of his contract that he's currently in. Right. So these are this
over the life. Okay, got it. Not the base.
So their base salary.
What's Dean Ambrose's base?
I don't know what the.
Okay, forget it. Yeah. Let's move on anyway because we got a lot of stuff to cover. We got NXT Takeover to cover. We got Royal Rumble to cover, and like I said, Seth Rollins just won the Royal Rumble. I'm pretty sure his contract's. It's on his way up.
It's so
they got to make new stars. There's no Roman now. There's no Roman Reigns anymore.
Let's just call it like this. Jericho's base contract is probably $1 million a year.
Sure.
Right? And that's on the upper end of WWE money.
Okay, the base is $1 million, and that's on the upper end. Fine.
Or 70 or like 750,000.
Well, if they got him for even $1 mil, $2, $3 mil, they're getting a steal. Yeah. Either fucking way.
And like his annual contract is probably like around.
He is
around Orton.
He's arguably their biggest draw.
He's absolutely their biggest draw.
And he did a lot for New Japan, and he's gonna do a lot for AEW as well.
So what I'm saying is like because you gotta remember.
I'm looking forward to seeing Jericho Omega. What is it, 3 now?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I think you gotta remember is that if his money is enough to make WWE superstars who are making $500,000 base be like. Oh shit, he's making that much? It's got to be like the base salary's got to be like $750, $100. Because Orton makes $4.25 over the life of his contract.
Sure.
So that means he's probably like without bonuses, before bonuses, right?
Okay.
So like you know,
listen, Orton lives a good life, man.
He does live a good life.
He's very happy.
So my question is, how much money is
he wants to eat McDonald's, man?
Yeah,
that's what he wants to do. God bless him.
So if these guys are like they're offering guys like. Zack Ryder, $750 a base a year before merchandise.
Sure.
With like maybe a 50-50 split of his merchandise sales. That's more money than he'll ever make in WWE. Easily.
Yeah.
Before taxes. You know, and like so like that there's a conversation there of like if like Jericho's making that much money and he's older and he
he doesn't have
that many years left.
I mean, what is he in his 50s now, right?
Yeah. So like
and he's moving like he's in his 20s still.
Yeah. And so the younger guys are definitely seeing that. I mean, like if he's making that much. And I know I'm good.
And who wouldn't want to get in the ring with Jericho during the last probably few good years of his career? Maybe, I mean, look, maybe he could go until he's 60 like Jagger. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But, like, nobody's ever done what Jericho's doing.
No, yeah.
Nobody's ever performing on this level at this age.
Yeah.
You know?
And like, guys like Tyler Breeze who are like, I know I can be a star. if someone pushes me.
Absolutely.
You know, and now I could be a star and get 750,000 to $1 million possibly, and 50% of my merchandise sales.
Or I don't know. Yeah, I definitely think about jumping ship.
I would jump ship.
So
all
right,
go.
let's move on.
Yeah.
Let's move on. Let's move. Let's go to Takeover.
We had a lot of wrestling this week.
We had so much wrestling this week. That War Raiders versus Undisputed Era match.
Great match.
Mwah. Amazing.
Easily one of the best.
Wow.
Matches.
Holy crap. I mean, show stealing.
Really,
both tag teams.
Really good.
Both tag teams. I mean, like, if WWE could just give the time to wrestlers that they give to them. I'm not going to put it all on time. Because they were both tremendous talents.
Yes.
And had good time.
Yeah.
But I'm saying if WWE gives a lot of these guys who are already on the main roster, who came through TakeOver, who showed amazing matches, Dash and doesn't. The time that they need in order to tell a fucking story.
I mean, it's so much more. It's so much to it.
They love to blame the wrestlers, though. Yeah, they really do. They love to say, "Well, you know, you could have done more. You could have." What could they do? I mean, I've seen what they could do on Takeover, and then they go to fucking main roster, and then it's like.
My thing is like this: it's like you have an episodic format, guys. You know, your shit is episodic. So like the wrestlers can't build heat for matches that you don't allow them to appear on and do interesting things with.
Right.
You know, like the reason Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins feud fucking fizzed out is because it got like you were having Dean Ambrose do stupid shit like getting shots in his ass and coming out.
Yeah, what is that?
Like what the like he's a maniac.
He made the best of what he could, what you were giving him. Yeah, he did. He tried. I know.
Yeah, he's a crazy person. Make him be a crazy person. Make him beat people up. Just beat people up. It's super easy. Like,
when he came back, all he was quiet.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden you started making him talk. And it's like you fucked up. You shot yourself in the foot because you started to build one thing.
Yeah.
And then completely went fucking derailed off the opposite end.
Yeah. And it's like that's what they did with War Raiders, and that's not what they did the opposite of with War Raiders and Undisputed Era. Like there was heat building slowly and surely, and there's like the War Raiders there, and the Undisputed Era knew they were there, and there was a little bit of fear, and they had these like momentary clashes, and then when it got to like
a boiling point,
then it was like
everybody, here we go.
Everybody was all in, you know, to use a euphemism. Yeah.
There you go. Yeah. Cody pays us every time we say all in.
Yeah.
Then we had Matt Riddle defeating Cassius Ohno.
Sure.
You know what? That was a good fucking match. I'm not gonna lie. Like I thought. You know, here's the thing. It got to a point where I was like rooting for Ohno because they've pushed him so far down the card.
Yeah.
And it's like, God, I just wanted to see him wrestle a little bit. He finally got to wrestle, and I was like, okay, cool. You know, it was a good match. Great fucking story. Like, you know, there was a nice amount of heat. It went in the right direction.
It did.
And I'm not saying Ohno needed to win or anything like that, but he just needed to wrestle, like as opposed to get squashed. And I feel weird even saying that about an NXT product. You know what I mean, or a match, a feud within the NXT, because it's normally not like that. But with Ohno, unfortunately, he's just been on putting people over duty, and it's kind of been sad for me. But here's the thing. If there's any indication of people who put people over in NXT go to the main roster, they don't forget. Because look at Elias.
Yeah.
Elias was totally on put over duty in NXT.
He was.
Went to the main roster. Look at him now. He's pretty awesome. He's
hitting Jeff Jarrett with guitars now.
I know.
And Road Dogg.
That's awesome. Those are like his bosses, pretty much.
Yeah, he's like
you know, like he's living a great life. He's a pilot now.
He's beating up his past lives. That's what he's doing.
Anyway, moving on. North American Championship. Johnny Gargano
amazing
and Ricochet. Obviously, so fucking good. I mean,
the finish was crazy well done too.
Everything was great. Yeah, I didn't feel like it hurt Ricochet because he did everything in his power to try to put Ricochet away, and then he finally did it.
He went over the line to do it.
Everybody, but I'm saying like everybody was putting their heart out to get, you know, like the North American title might as well have been the Universal title at that moment.
Yeah, it was.
Like it was just so. Like the story being told in that match was just just like every second. You know, they're clawing and scratching and fighting to get the one thing. You know.
Yeah, that's true.
Good for Gargano. Spoiler alert: if you don't want to hear what I'm about to say, I don't know. Stop listening, I guess, at this point. But spoiler alert for the NXT taping. But Dream won it.
Yeah.
Dream won it.
Yeah.
I don't get that. I don't get it. I'm happy you won it.
Yeah.
A lot of people are saying that it's because of African American History Month that they're giving black people the titles.
No, that's
because Lashley, R-Truth, and now Dream have the titles. All have the mid-card titles.
That's well, I mean, the other thing could be that they're good and they're really great wrestlers. So, you know,
I mean, here's the thing, obviously, but here's the other fishy thing is like WWE is known to do dumb shit like this.
That is
like,
true. They are known to do that. Yeah.
Here's the thing, though. I don't think that was the decision making going into Lashley. And I don't think that was the decision making going into Dream.
Well, I know that Vince loves Lashley. He's loved Lashley since the minute he laid eyes on him. He was like, "I love you."
but I want to go and fight in the UFC, Vince. You can't do it on my watch. Okay, bye.
He's just like,
no, Lashley.
Don't leave, Lashley. I love you.
No, I'm getting more money over there.
Yeah, bye. He's like, I love you.
Okay. Anyway, and then that's it. That's what happened with the Lashley story.
Pretty much.
But with that being said, I don't know. How do you feel? I mean, here's the thing. Dream winning the title opens it back up to have that match against Ricochet, which was really good.
Yeah.
So that would be kind of cool, and that's fine. But like, is Dream a face at this point? I feel like he is. I feel like Gargano's a heel and Dream is a face.
I mean, Dream is a super face right now.
Yeah, he's just like, but he's like an obtuse, wacky anti-hero face.
Yeah.
He's the first of his kind. He's like if Goldust got over as a face.
He's gonna be
but while he was doing heel shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, no, he's great. He's great. He's great at what he does.
Absolutely. Tremendous talent. Okay. I don't know. I'm a little sad that Gargano only held it for like basically one day.
Well, you know what? That's fun.
Yeah, whatever. We'll see how it goes down. I don't know the results of how it happened. I don't know how it went down. I didn't spoil myself that far, but I did see the meme of African American History Month or whatever.
Yeah.
And like, oh, isn't this great?
Yeah.
I was like, yeah, it is.
It's actually really great.
Because I love R-Truth, and I've been saying for weeks now that, like, you guys completely squandered him, and now you finally gave him a shot. So, good.
I can't wait till Lio Rush wins the Universal title.
Okay. Shayna Baszler defeated Bianca Belair via submission to retain her title. That match was also really good. There was, like, a bunch of like, bullshit outside interference as we expected.
Yeah, I just don't like Shayna Baszler. I'm over her I'm over her gimmick. I'm over her style. I'm like, it's like
that's fine. I happen to enjoy the match. I happen to enjoy the things that went into it.
It's fine.
The reason I like it is not because of what it was. It's because of what it leads to in Bianca Belair.
Yeah,
that's the truth. Like, she is definitely on the rise.
She is. I just, like, at this point, like, I've seen enough of Shayna Baszler's match to just kind of just be like, okay, I get it. You're kind of a one-trick pony, and that's kind of you're good.
She's the female Lesnar, like,
right? Yeah,
that's it. Like,
kinda,
it's fine. We don't really like Lesnar at the moment either, but I'm saying, like, in moderation, everything is good.
In moderation, anything can be accepted. Yeah, that's fine.
So. And do we even need to talk about Aleister Black and Ciampa about how fucking awesome that was?
It's a great match now.
Yeah, I mean, like, holy shit. Really. Like, I don't even know what to say. Like, just bell to bell, whistle to whistle, like Tommaso worked that leg. I mean, it just was like, amazing. Freaking amazing. NXT TakeOver, consistently amazing. They don't miss a beat. They never miss a beat.
Yeah.
So, good on them. And then we get to talk about the Royal Rumble, which was...
It was actually really good. I mean, it was actually a pretty good show. Like
you got Shinsuke Nakamura on the kickoff.
Yeah,
that's great.
I mean that's to be expected because they don't. Like,
and then also, the cruiserweights, tearing it up, fucking killing it on the pre-show.
Yeah.
Look, here's what was good. Asuka versus Becky Lynch was right.
It was great.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
It led to the story later on of Becky Lynch coming in and saying she's gonna go.
It had the better finish of the two.
In the Rumble, and it also keeps Asuka over and fresh.
Sure, it had the better finish of the two women's title matches. Because that bridging Asuka lock was fucking insane.
Yeah, no, totally.
It looked crazy.
I mean, it looked like she took a page and she learned her lesson from last year's Mania loss.
No,
I was like, okay, well, if Charlotte can do it like this, I'm gonna do a nice little bridge into my lock. And
honestly, the visual of it, like it looked like Becky's face was turning blue. I was like, holy shit. That's like some strong style shit right there, where she's like, "Okay, you don't want to fuck it. I'm gonna fucking snap your neck if you don't tap out." And I was like, "Holy shit, that shit is insane."
No, it looked really cool, man. Yeah, I mean, and like Asuka's back on the card in a place where she belongs. She's recovering from that devastating
Vince.
I mean, I would love to just say it was like the loss at Mania, but it's not. It was everything else they did after that.
Vinsanity. Vinsanity.
I mean, like he took everything that Triple H built, and it wasn't. I don't think it was meant for Asuka to just be that undefeated. Because she was like injured or something at times. And they didn't take the title off of her while she was injured, so it became like a 3-year title run for her.
Pretty much, yeah.
And Vince is like, I don't like it. Flush it down the toilet. What?
Yeah, that's Vince's style.
Fuck you. You just flushed like a built-in Mania story between Asuka and Rousey.
Sure. But he does
going forward to the next year.
But that's not who he wants to face Rousey.
It's Vince's toys. But, guess what? There's this little organization that opened up a little while ago.
Let's talk about them later. They're good people.
A little organization that makes Vince look at his toys a little differently.
Yeah, well, we'll see.
Because other people want the toys that Vince doesn't want. It's funny because like when other children used to like, you might see a toy that you never played with or didn't have any interest in play with.
Yeah.
And then another kid comes along and says, "Hey, can I play with that one?" Why? Why do you want to play with that one? Why? I want to play with that one.
That's my favorite toy. What are you talking about? I can't have you play with that toy.
Yeah, but you haven't been playing with it for like 5 days.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Like I still was gonna play with it. I was just like holding. I was waiting for it. I was telling a story. Okay.
All right, fine.
No. I was telling a story. Okay.
Well, there's other toys here.
Yeah, I know. This story, they need to have these toys be played with first, and then I was gonna get to this toy. All right. This toy is definitely still in play. Okay.
Okay, but what about the other toys in that chest over there that you're definitely not playing with?
They're definitely in play. All right. They're in another story. I have come back to tomorrow. Okay.
But you can't tell like 17. Like you got to give a little back.
No.
Anyway, that's the Vince McMahon story.
That's Vince McMahon's like approach to storytelling right there.
So I'm glad that other children are coming along and saying like, well, we have use for your toys. Yeah. Okay, cool. Miz and Shane McMahon. All right. I mean, I'm really just not into this story at all. Whatever. It's very lackluster for me.
It's just.
But apparently the match was really good. So it's cool. Best friends.
It was a good match.
I like that Miz is kind of getting over as a face with the crowd. Like people are into it. Seems. So good for him. You know what I mean? Like it's refreshing because he's just been a heel for like the last decade. So like,
sure,
good on him. I'm glad he has a personal touch to deliver to his life to go with his reality TV show. It makes sense. It's a good synergy from their standpoint. Ronda Rousey versus Sasha Banks.
Really great match.
Sure.
When
there's no stakes on the line for me, it just becomes shit.
You know why it was a great match? It was a great showcase for Sasha Banks.
I guess
to show why she's an amazing wrestler. Like she was doing all the holds of and all the stuff that she used to do in NXT that people forgot she does. Like putting you in an armbar and like wrenching your fucking fingers back and talking shit to you while she does it and kicking you off the ropes, which she had you in the bank statement.
Right.
And being like, no, you don't get to, no, you're going to tap. I'm going to fuck you up. Like being,
I get it. But when you know the outcome of the match, it's so
at this point,
difficult.
At this point, whenever Ronda Rousey shows up on TV, I don't I don't focus on her anymore. I focus on who she's wrestling. Because I'm just like, look at this. Look at this refreshing woman who can wrestle.
Who cares about the industry? Who cares about what's going on? And then,
look at her.
Like, look, here's the thing. You can't dismiss Ronda Rousey too much because she doesn't have to be there.
She's fine.
She doesn't need to be there.
Yeah. I don't have anything.
She wants to be there.
Yeah, it's cool.
Yeah.
It's cool, bro. That's cool, Scro. It's cool.
Like I as bad as she is on the microphone, she's
awful on the microphone.
Well, listen, guys. Okay, it's like, look.
I'm like, what is this?
If you can't talk, then don't talk. Stop trying to make people who can't talk.
Well, I came here from UFC and I'm really.
If they can't talk on the mic,
I'm really good. I'm a really good fighter. I fight.
I've been a household name since Betty Crocker.
All right, okay. I was beating people up in UFC since you were in diapers. It's like what? No, that's not true at all.
Not factual.
That's not true at all.
Fake news.
All right, I was knocking people out. That is also not true. You didn't knock anyone out. You just made them tap out. When you tried to strike, they knocked you the fuck out.
Do we need to talk about the Royal Rumble? It was a Royal Rumble.
It was.
I think the most memorable moment was Casey Catanzaro.
There was a couple,
or whatever.
There was a couple. Yeah.
Is she in like UK?
She's in she's in NXT.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that was interesting.
She
was like crawling around.
There was a couple good moments. Rhea Ripley was really fun in it. It was cool to see. It's cool that Naomi got to continue her streak of like avoiding elimination, where she like did like she basically did the Katie Catanzaro's thing. Like they both did it, which was really cool because it's the first time two people had done that.
Yeah,
so that was dope. It was great to see. The Becky moment was like super telegraphed and everyone.
Finley gave her the blessing to go.
Yeah,
so it was different. It's just weird when like now the precedent is you can just beat someone up and take their spot.
Yeah,
it's so fucking weird.
But I feel like that's always been the precedent, though.
What and when?
I
when
feel
did
like
that begin?
like
last year.
I feel like Stone Cold's definitely done that before.
I don't remember it.
I don't know.
I just remember him like getting taken out of the Rumble.
I remember Stone Cold being banned from the Rumble and showing up in the Rumble anyway. Going into the Rumble despite being
right, or like, I think Vince McMahon banned him and took his spot and then won.
Yeah,
remember that? I think that's the storyline.
I don't remember. I don't remember. But like, I mean,
you're banned, McMahon.
Yeah, you're banned from the Rumble, Stone Cold.
And that's the bottom line because McMahon says so. Okay, Daniel Bryan and AJ Styles. I'm ready for this feud to end already.
It was okay.
Thank you.
It was. We just saw it so many times.
The cool part was Rowan.
That was fun. Yeah,
that was it. I like the fact that Rowan is now an environmentalist.
Yeah, I like it too.
Not a Bludgeon Brother or a Wyatt.
He's like, I used to believe in destruction, but now I believe in sustainability.
That's so great. Honestly. Yeah. I just want him to say intelligent things now.
I was like you people. I did not understand the amount of carbon I was putting into the environment. But now I've realized that it is wrong to bludgeon the environment.
Wait, is that Braun?
No.
Is that you, Braun?
No, this is Rowan.
It's Brain Strowman.
This is Brain Strowman. I'm joining Daniel Bryan
and his crusade.
The environmental movement to save the earth, all right? Thank you.
Okay. Finn Balor and the 8 minutes of doom.
Great match, awful finish, but whatever. What else is new?
That's it.
What else is new? I mean, like, you know what?
Same old shit.
Yep, same old. You know what? The funny thing about it is that they always make you believe for like half a second.
Well, guess what? You're about to believe again because Seth Rollins.
Whatever, he's gonna win the title.
Yeah, stop saying things like that.
He's gonna win the title, baby.
You cannot say things like that. It's Swerve Town over in the WWE.
Brock's going to AEW.
I just want you to realize there is 4 fucking months. All right, 3 months now, I guess. 3 months until Mania.
Brock's going to AEW, baby. All right.
I don't know.
All Elite. He's gonna be. I think the AEW.
That would be crazy.
They should stay fucking far away from Brock Lesnar. Or if you're gonna bring him in,
that's just not cool.
If you're gonna sign him, have him job out to everyone. Just like have Brock Lesnar come in and his job. That would be amazing. Like if you just have Brock Lesnar like the Beast is here. He's going up against Cody. Oh my God, Cody Rhodes hits him with the with whatever. Like hits him with a steel chair. 1, 2, 3. That's it. And every match is just like that. And Brock Lesnar is like 0-17. But like he still gets paid. He doesn't care. He's like, you think Brock Lesnar really cares?
I'm pretty sure he cares, but like
why? He's getting paid. This is what he came here for.
Is this the kind of money that Tony Khan wants to spend? Is just so they can make a meme out of Lesnar?
Yeah. Why not step onto WWE a little bit by making their biggest draw
like a wimp,
a super loser, just like always loses?
Listen, we're gonna hire you. We'll pay you exactly the same money. Actually, you know what? We're gonna pay you more. We're gonna pay you $600,000 per main event. You're gonna get $200,000 on your merchandise for every million you spend.
10 million base salary.
10 million base salary.
And we just want you to lose every match.
That's it. I just like pissing away money.
All right,
you're a bitch. You're my bitch. You remember? And I'm gonna pay you a lot.
You remember that Goldberg match you have at Mania? It's just gonna be like that. So it's gonna be like
all the matches.
Every match is gonna be like that.
I'm getting R-Truth as soon as his contract is done. You're gonna lose to him, clean.
In the middle of the ring.
Listen. I just hired Enzo Amore for like a one and done. You're losing to him. What, Tony Khan? Is this life? Yes.
Yes.
If you come to my company, you will be handsomely paid
to lose
so much money.
To lose all of the time.
You're gonna all in lose.
I feel like I know what role you should play. You could be an enhancement talent, Brock. Just enhance
because you've already enhanced the WWE so much by your sheer presence.
Yeah, it's gonna make everyone look good. All right.
I mean, yeah, I don't know.
I mean, I don't think Brock would ever go for it, but like maybe.
Yeah, but like what's the contingent of signing? Is it just like I just want money and I don't care how it goes? Is that how it works? Or do you get some sort of creative control over like the direction your character goes in?
I feel like you probably do get some control over the direction your character goes in. I mean, my question would be like, if Brock signs to AEW, he'd probably only be signed for money.
Yeah.
So why not just have him lose? Why make your other guys look bad? By having him lose to Brock Lesnar.
I don't know. But you know what? If AEW is willing to pay for him.
And not only that, you get to shit on WWE. But just having like the guy that they like Vince.
I mean, this is definitely fantasy. I don't see them signing somebody like him and then just making him like
just like the guy that Vince is like, I love you so
much.
much.
Goldberg's on their radar. So like and he would not be the talent that I would be like, oh my God, we need to go after Goldberg. Like, he's not the guy. If I was like running this organization, he'd not be my guy. I'd be like, oh my God,
look at that guy.
Who else can we get Hogan to do a leg drop? You know, these are not people you should be looking after. I mean, the whole landscape of the industry is completely fixated on not big guys who can like be like, I'm the strongest. It's like people like Ricochet who like do stunts and amazing shit. Like that's kind of what we want to see. Like if a big guy can do some amazing shit, we'll watch and we'll be amazed. Like the War Raiders, like, oh my God.
I mean,
Kevin Owens.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
McIntyre is another one who like he's more grounded, but people love to watch him because he can tell a story.
Sure.
Yeah.
I'm not shitting on people who are good storytellers, but I'm just saying like it's more along the lines of like I don't want to watch an 8-minute match or a 15-minute match of a guy who can barely tell a story in a ring. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, and let's face it.
But it'll be even better.
Goldberg was that guy who was just like, okay, it's a little lacking, but I'll watch.
Yeah.
And for a majority of Goldberg's matches, they were like, what's the longest match he's ever had? The William Regal match? Like,
I think so. Well, he had one match, Kevin Nash, that I'm pretty sure lasted like at least 15 minutes.
That's pretty good for him. I wonder how good that match was. I don't,
and one with DDP that I'm sure lasted at least 15 minutes as well.
Right.
DDP.
Let's just move down the Raw card. We had Becky Lynch versus Ronda Rousey, basically setting the tone for Mania.
Yeah.
She's basically saying, you were lucky once. You're not going to get lucky twice.
Yeah, just don't take your title.
And then Ronda had a match with Bayley,
who did really well in that match too.
Yeah.
See, that's how I do. I just block out Ronda. I was like, she doesn't exist. Look at Bayley. She's such a great wrestler. Oh man.
Bayley had a moment on the card.
Oh man, look at that. Bayley. Oh, did she just belly to Bayley? Oh my gosh, she's doing the bank stand. Oh my god.
So cool.
She's so talented.
And what else happened? We had Brock Lesnar just being like, I don't care who you choose for Mania, but I'm just letting you know, fuck you in advance.
Yeah, no, that was fun.
That was a good segment, actually. I like that segment. Yeah. What else happened? Nia Jackson, Tamina defeat Mickie James and Alexa Bliss. Okay. In an elimination chamber qualifying match for the tag team titles?
Yep, they qualified.
Okay, cool. That's who you want, huh?
That's your daddy.
All right. Nia Jackson, Tamina, the hottest tag team.
It's your daddy.
Cool. Baron Corbin defeated Kurt Angle. That was the thing that happened.
Yeah, Kurt's kind of done. I love Kurt, but he's kind of done.
Yeah, no, it's fine. I understand.
It's time to hang up the boots.
It is time to hang up the boots at this point. And he's doing that in an exciting way by getting young guys over. Yeah. That's cool.
That's fine.
I get it. Everybody's got their time.
Yeah, you get the time you gotta look. I got to have up.
He doesn't look the same as he did 20 years ago.
No, he definitely doesn't.
I understand that.
I mean,
he's tired.
He's tired.
I'm tired. We're all tired.
His body's worn out a little bit, probably. So.
And then just to add some insult to injury to Balor's big push to the top, he had a segment with Bobby Lashley where he got attacked.
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope that leads to him getting the title.
What? He doesn't need the IC title.
Okay. Does he though? Does he not? I don't know, man.
He should be moving. They should keep building momentum for him to get to main events.
There's only so many spots on the card, and not everybody can be at the top. Otherwise, we get a championship scramble match. You remember that?
Yeah.
That created champions such as Jeff Hardy and Spanky for 2 minutes.
Brian Kendricks is a legitimate WWE champion. All right? You need to show him some respect.
I do.
All right, Spanky, he was the man with the plan. Okay.
Yep. Okay. So the Revival got a win this week. Just to against Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins. I mean, come on, man. Like, this is a sign that AEW is definitely like, you don't want those guys, right? Just give them here.
Yeah, just pass them over, man. Come on.
I'll take them.
Yeah, fuck it, bro. Stop being selfish, bro. Pass them over, bro.
And Elias takes out Jeff Jarrett and Road Dogg. That was a fun segment.
That was a fun segment. That was.
I thoroughly enjoyed this. And then Mojo Rawley's getting a character change, apparently.
Whatever.
Liv Morgan, Sarah Logan. I don't care about this.
They made it to the elimination chamber.
I don't care.
Come on, man.
And Braun Strowman defeated Drew McIntyre via disqualification.
Yep.
What? Okay.
Yep.
I don't even remember that match happening.
Drew McIntyre.
All right. Let's go to SmackDown where things were interesting. Daniel Bryan threw the title in the garbage.
Yeah, that was awesome.
Wow. I'm so happy he made good on this promise.
McIntyre.
I'm so happy. I like Rowan as the enforcer. I like Rowan in the Diesel role.
He's like, I love the environment.
This is probably what Daniel Bryan always wanted. He's like, I just want a Diesel. Can I have a Diesel?
Yeah,
I went to Shawn Michaels school. I graduated. I'm not the Shawn Michaels, but I'm a disciple of Shawn Michaels. Can I have a Diesel? Can I have a Diesel? Like, I'd be thrilled with this. I'd be fucking thrilled.
Love it.
If I was Daniel Bryan, I'd be thrilled by this. And he's finally got a good title run. I'm so proud of him.
He's getting,
This is like probably his greatest title run.
He's getting a proper title run, like
I love it. I'm very happy with what he does. whoever dethrones him is going to be very lucky because this has been a good run for him.
A real.
I'm very. I don't boo him. He's a heel that has gotten over by talking about how he wants to save the planet. This is truly the most interesting heel run I've ever.
It's really good. It's like the Jericho's like the best there is of what I do, except like what I do is save the planet. Look how the best there is at saving the planet. You son of bitches.
Oh god. And Becky Lynch had a segment with Charlotte, which was great.
Sure.
So that that'll probably be a match at Elimination Chamber, just to seal the deal. Just stop that feud from going on any further than it needs to. But I mean, like, it's still the most over feud probably right now. That's been this long. It's gone on this long. It's still the most over feud.
She's going to fucking probably end up in that Mania match.
Charlotte? Oh, because she'll win at like Elimination Chamber or something, and then try to say like, all right, fine. I want to beat you now because I'm mad that I lost. And then she said, well, the only way I'll wrestle you again is for something, which is like a good heel tactic.
Probably.
That's how Kevin Owens got his title shot.
It's probably.
Yeah. Let's talk about what else happened. We had R-Truth winning, which we talked about already, in 2 matches. Kind of reminded me of like a little mini Night of Jericho when he won the undisputed World Heavyweight title.
Yeah, that's true.
That was nice. That was a nice put over for R-Truth. He definitely deserved it.
He did deserve it.
He definitely has done nothing short of be respectful to the WWE and give his all. And he'd be somebody who I would be watching if I was AEW.
Yeah, you should definitely keep their eye on him.
Let's see. Andrade's feud continues with Rey Mysterio. Shane McMahon surprises The Miz with his dad. Weird. The Usos defeat The Bar, New Day, and Heavy Machinery to become #1 contenders. Not surprised. That's cool.
That is good.
I might be interested in watching Shane McMahon and The Miz versus the Usos because I feel like I'm interested in watching anybody versus the Usos. Straight up. They just make the match quality like that much better.
Yeah, that's true.
And then Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville declare for the Elimination Chamber because they don't have to fucking fight anybody. Mandy Rose and Sonya Deville.
No, not really.
Because who else is there to fight? There's no real tag teams, quote unquote, on SmackDown other than the Iconics.
Yeah.
I guess the Iconics just declare also.
Yeah.
They got to fight over on Raw, but on SmackDown, we'll just give him a pass, whatever.
Yeah, whatever.
So, and that was wrestling this week. That was a lot of shit to talk about.
Yeah. We didn't even talk about Dean Ambrose leaving.
So fine, let's talk about that.
I mean, we can just touch on it slightly.
Yeah, he was gonna deliver a heartfelt promo that got cut short by Nia Jax.
Yeah.
I don't know who's trolling now at this point.
It's hard to read. Some people think it's a work.
What, that he like re-signed the contract and was like, all right, cool. I'm only resigning if I get my character right.
Yeah. Some people think it's a work.
Yeah.
Meltzer thinks it's real.
Oh, that he was trying to say something and then they cut him short?
No, that Meltzer thinks that he's really leaving.
Okay. Well, and as part of that, he's trying to deliver a message now for weeks until he leaves. Every week, he's going to be like, hey, guys, I just really want to say something from the bottom of my heart, and it gets cut off every week.
I think it's a way for them to bury him by having him lose to Nia Jax. A Mania, probably.
That's really nice. It's really, really fucking mature. Honestly.
That's a Vince thing to do.
You know what? Fuck Vince.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what Ambrose is gonna say on his way out. Fuck Vince.
Yeah. If Ambrose really wanted to leave, he should just not show up.
No, but I don't think it works like that though. Your contract, that if you don't fulfill your contractual obligations to do your job, then they can extend your contract and freeze it.
That is true.
So he should just show up and lose to Nia Jax and then like laugh it off and be like, "Bye everybody, AEW." Like do that shit.
I should just do the fucking
like the WCW.
Do the Austin Aries.
AEW.
She just take
bye.
Just take the
Bret Hart bye.
The Samoan drop and then like 1, 2, 3 and just sit up and be like, all right.
Yeah,
done with this.
That's what I would do to get back at them.
All right,
I would because they can't do shit about that. He fulfilled his contractual obligation, right?
The Austin Aries on him, yeah, no.
Fuck them. Oh my god, what a bunch of pieces of shit. All right, well that was effectively wrestling. Yeah. I don't know what's going on with Dean Ambrose, but we'll see. The weeks come. He's got a long time before April.
Yeah,
so they could probably give him They could probably start throwing a lot of money at him.
You'll see.
AEW might be throwing a lot of money at him. He is a star.
Yep.
Like it or not. He is somebody that's cool. He's somebody that you invested in. If you want to squander that opportunity, feel free to. Yeah. But I don't think it's a wise business decision. And I don't think it's wise to bury him either. Because then you burn bridges. And I don't think it's about the money for Dean. I really don't.
No, I don't think so either.
With that being said, I did business time in the front. I'll do business time in the back. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for tuning into the Smark Tank. You can email us at wearesmarks@gmail.com. You can also find us on our Facebook at facebook.com/ILikeSmarks, or you can tweet to us on Twitter at ILikeSmarks. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Tune in next week. Thank you to the Council of Commentary for leaving me the questions. That was really nice of you guys. Thank you so much for actively participating. And that's it. Thanks a lot, guys.
Later, guys.